Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And able to get this out to the 25. Murray going to fire this out to Harrison. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the arm, the run out of the play. He took the O, the option out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
To throw is Murray. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. After the interception, here's Darnold. They'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he's brought down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Now it's Darnold. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them had almost no chance to block them. They were on him in a hurry.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have to contend with a 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll look to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is trying to get to the marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I'm not sure he got there, and he did not. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Murray now. He completes it to Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Slot man moves right. Shotgun now for Murray. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. He's got Harrison left side complete.
Let's go.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Murray. That's complete to McBride. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
First carry for James Conner. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. James Conner, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 48-yard line, here's the second down and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Walter Nolan breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 29 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And he's got room. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
One more. Hey.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Second and 10. Now Murray sees something. He's going to change it up. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Shit. Deuce. Buzz.
In motion right, that's Harrison. From the gun on third down, Murray. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Murray staying put for now. They'll go for it on 4th down.
Coach. Boss. Hey. Big Ace.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Darnold from the gun. He completes this to Walker. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And that will force a turnover on downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Murray now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Yo, lady.
Now Darnold. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup.
And that
salvage yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Faking the give, Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Touchdown, Seattle. Zach Charbonnet, 38 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Now Murray. Open man here is Benson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Coach. Hey. Biggest.
Murray going to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Here we go, set.
Here's Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, you can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh, no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down. Darnold now to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They've been burned twice already on fourth down, but the third time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the fourth down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Walker with it. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Darnold. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Off of play action, Darnold. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the fourth down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this fourth quarter deficit. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Here's Murray. Now he's going to step up and run. And he wisely will throw that one away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
In motion right, that's Harrison. Throwing now is Murray. This one deep for Wilson. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked off by Nicky Manwari. And the Seahawks will take over here just shy of the 30.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And still fighting. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. Starting from the 5. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Play fake, Darnold. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Here's 2nd and 10 from the 21. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Caught, Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down, going to wind up losing yards on this play. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
He's got it on the bootleg. To the left and pulled in by Kupp. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Donald with it on 3rd and short. Lasers this one deep down the middle. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos are off to a great start defensively. They force a turnover on the opening possession. Well, we all know this is a player who's proven that he can weather an early setback and soldier on. That's going to be tested again after his first series ends in an interception.
Yeah, that's right, kid. You don't get mentioned as one of the league's better passers if you can't shake off an early turnover. Now,
his first throw is an interception. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks take over at the 41-yard line.
Must be paying these guys a day rate, not the hourly rate, because it took them just one play to answer interception for interception. We're right back, basically, to where we were 2 snaps ago, but with a whole lot of excitement in between.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. Offense to the line fast. Darnold hit, and he fumbles it. And the Broncos corral it. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Broncos parlay the turnover into a lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping up that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on the scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. All right, starting in the pistol this time, Brock. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a Walker run. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense in the hurry up here. Pistol snap. Darnold. This is Cup. That's Cup. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st and 10 from the 43. From the pistol, gives here to Walker. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run. First give to Zach Charbonnet. He takes it ahead for about 4 yards. It's 3rd down. Offense up to the line fast. On 3rd down, there's the little Charbonnet. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down. So while they're in the huddle, partner, we've arrived at the end of our first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. And facing 4th down, they're leaving the offense out there. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
On first down, it's Nix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Ernest Jones with the pick.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's brought down at the line.
Here we go.
Moving quickly, trying to get set. This is Walker on second. Past midfield at the 45. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks tie this game 7-7. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Here's R.J. Harvey on the return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. He's got a gain of 6 there. Up to the ground by Nick Emanwari. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. On second down, here's Dobbins. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. 3rd down coming up. Offense in the hurry-up here. Nix now, 3rd and 1. They try to set the screen. Dobbins. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. Working quickly here. Shotgun handoff for Dobbins. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Nix to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's dropped off for Dobbins. Looks great initially, but he is short of that 1st down marker. They rallied to him in time to force the 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He's got it to his running back, and he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. So they keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
A give to Dobbins out of the shotgun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up 4th down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. And on 4th and 10, they aren't moving. They're going for this. 4th down, pass coming. And finds his man, Ingram. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal.
37. Almost set.
From the red zone on 1st. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here is 2nd and goal.
Almost set.
Next to throw again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Bronk. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Tried getting it to Cortland Sutton. And now it's decision time on 4th and goal.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Going to feel just a little bit better going into halftime anytime you score points right before the final frame. And for the kicker, he pays off his teammates' hard work.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Darnold. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And before he can reach the first, he's stopped. But this is close. Ball up to the 45-yard line. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Darnold now to throw. He's got Smith and Jigba for the catch. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. And again, it's Darnold. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Marvin Mims now to return it. All right, so we'll get this up to about the 30 before he goes out of bounds. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Nix. That's completed right side. And they're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing on first down, Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And they're going to be forced to regroup a bit ahead of second down.
Even if this QB knew, from the very get-go, somebody be waiting for him, there's no chance he was going to salvage that play. I'd be surprised if he even got a second to look upfield before he was greeted with the big old open arms for an easy sack.
Things already looking a good bit tougher here. It is 2nd and 17 after the sack. Nix. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive. Because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. So they'll decline this and take the results. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Quick slant, caught by Sutton. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force fourth downs just as they did.
30 set, hold on set. Ready, Shanahan.
Now as the play clock got down to 5, a timeout comes in. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Fourth down, the offense is staying on the field. They're going for it.
Hold on set. Ready.
Looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on fourth down, Brock. That keeps this drive moving.
Some of these quarterbacks, Kate, I swear, it's just instinctive. Like a great running back, they just know how to buy a little bit more time and to create space to find those completions outside the pocket.
This will give here to Dobbins. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Here we go.
Dose of the hurry up here. It's Nix out of the pistol. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be third down coming up after this defense's third sack of the game.
That's now the third sack of the game, and I know how these defenders start to think, how many more can I tally up before this one's over? Still a bunch of game time. And this defense, well, they're feeling it.
Third and long for Nix. And it is incomplete. Went big on the final play of our third quarter. And nothing comes from it as we hit the break. But the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless third quarter for us. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. Looking to throw. No place to go. They get him to the turf and force a turnover on downs.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Toss play. This is Walker. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well. Yeah,
100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you've got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Now Darnold off the play action. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Sorry.
He's back to throw. Finds the in route complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
He throws a bullet to the side. This is caught inside the 15. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. Working quickly here. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Seahawks trail by a field goal. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. They give up the gut to Walker. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up. To throw. Here's a screen now for Walker. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
An important attempt coming up here for Jason Myers. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Offense staying out there. Looks like they're going for it. Desperation time here. And they get to him and haul him down. What a play, forcing the sack, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
They get it on the ground here with Dobbins. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Now Seattle going to call its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Second down now, 7 to go. Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. This is Ingram working the left side. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Hold on a sec.
Dobbins trying the right side. Trying to fight free. He can't do so. They've got him behind the line. Now let's see, Brock, if they call their final timeout. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. Back to the line they come, 2nd down.
Hold on a sec.
Again, they'll run with Dobbins. And this is looking familiar, partner. He's dropped for a loss again. It's going to be 3rd down.
The tackle by Josh Jobe. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win at home for the Broncos. And they got the field goal when it mattered most, and that kicked the difference in the game and what lets them leave here with a victory. Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.
Boy, it's a picture-perfect afternoon here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The roof is open, and it is time for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
Yeah, here we go.
The first carry now. This is Williams. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Under.
Now Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal.
Yeah, here we go. Go.
In motion, the tight end.
26.
Williams is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Prescott now to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Yeah! 26.
Now Prescott. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they...
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's Darnold. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One of the things we always talk about heading into a game, who's going to set the tone early, and very early on here, we're seeing the defense is showing they're going to continue to break pressure.
They smelled that early 3 and out, brought the pressure, and the hit forced the incompletion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Trying the left side with Walker. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So he stopped for no gain. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. 6-0 our score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Outside. Go, lady.
Now Darnold. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They're going to go. It's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, start.
Again, Darnold. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Go, start.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. They'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Jason Myers now for the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Off the draw, here's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah! Good.
Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Here we go.
Throwing. Prescott. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now it's Darnold. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way to the opposite 49-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw, Darnold. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Seattle. And even 40 yards. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Play action. Now Williams. All the arc. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And that sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
So a tough early challenge here, second and long after the sack. To the air, Williams. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Here's Williams. He'll try and do this himself. Defensive end, DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Here comes the Bears punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Taken in at the 22. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Looking to put a drive together. Darnold now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up second down. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Third and 4. And Darnold's going to change the play. They'll look to throw here. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They saw their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
To throw, it's Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
Williams with a little touch pass forward. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Looking to throw is Williams. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he'll be taken down, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Williams looking to do it himself. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
What is up?
They run out of the gun with Swift. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. Throwing is Williams. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And not enough on the throw that time, as that one is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go. Here's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DJ Moore from 8 yards out. And the Bears take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Darnold from the gun. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Darnold. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this 1st half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Throwing again is Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Vegas, Vegas! Punch slurs, punch slurs, punch slurs!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. They need 18 yards here on third down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And the pressure gets to him again. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. fighting to stay on his feet past midfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A handoff for Warren. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. This is Smith with the ground. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 33 yards. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, he's so tough to stop with his size and his hands, and there against man coverage, he just ate that up.
Remember when we were talking before the game? All I kept saying about the guy was mismatch. This guy is something, isn't he?
Well, he really is a mismatch because, you know, we talk about this a lot, CD, but who are you going to put on him? A defensive back, a linebacker, no matter who it is, he seems to have the advantage.
Yeah, and if you want to double him or triple him, that means someone else should work their way open. This guy can break down defenses.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Looking to put a drive together.
We're going to set.
Now it's Darnold.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They'll try for the first with Walker. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Now here we go on 4th. Darnold. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 2nd quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. 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 Back to throw, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It is caught by Shaheed. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. They're complete to Smith-Njigba. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Charbonnet will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. And he's got it. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old-school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jobe, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Darnold now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
The three straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He'll get this completed to the tight end Barner. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. You don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down. Faking the give, Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
They're going to throw for the two with Darnold. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Trying to find Calvin Austin. And it's second down. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go from Lumen Field. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. The tight end Kincaid in motion. Allen gonna throw to get things going. This one complete to Palmer. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
That's taken in. It's James Cook. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
He'll swing this one out to Cook. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Throwing again, it's Allen. A pass, good by the veteran. That's Brandon Cooks. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Bills first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated.
In trouble, and down he goes.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. That's taken in, and he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Not much happening there, just a short game. It is 2nd and 9. We'll go play action with Darnold. Take a shot. Downfield, looking for Cup. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. A big play for Seattle to gain of 43 yards. So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Go set.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That is caught downfield. It's Shaheed. And he'll take this one in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seattle. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. To return, here's Ray Davis. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Allen working from the pistol. He'll find his running back, Cook. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The #1 thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
Off the bootleg. Here's Darnold. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And the Bills are going to have it at their own 32-yard line.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game. Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 11 yards on the pass there. First down, Buffalo. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. We're back to Seattle after this. Second down, they need 7. From the gun, throw here, and they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Facing 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. Khalil Shakir, the intended target. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive, and that'll be a pickup of 3.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 16-yard.
Here's 2nd and 6. Pistol snap back to Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
To throw on first down is Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
They face 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side, he's got it. And he is out of bounds at the 45. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Here's Darnold again. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end. So, we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the third quarter begins. Corey Horton now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he will have the Seahawks 1st down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
Darnold to throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the 1st half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this 2nd half. Now we'll get a 2-point try here. Darnold has the offense lined up. Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on time. So again, they will try for 2. This time, it comes from the 7-yard line.
Red 80. Red 80. Red 80.
Darnold now to throw. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. He'll be out of bounds just past the 25. To throw on 1st and 10, Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. On 1st down, Allen. Laying out, and he made the catch. go now on 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going from here.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try and run here with Cook. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Cook. And he is going to have the Bills' 1st down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the 4th down conversion. That is brought in at the 10. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal.
56. What's that?
Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he will score. Game on. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Now Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the 1st down. And that brings up 4th down.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Throwing, Darnold taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 75 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Now we'll get a 2-point try here. Darnold as the offense lined up. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Matt Milano. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. The return, here comes Davis. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. Forced out wide. Now he takes off.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his first and second read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here is Allen. That one downfield for Cooks. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Alert, alert, alert. 319. Alert.
From the gun, Josh Allen. It's the safety, Julian Love. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Bills will take over at their own 14-yard line.
After playing pretty well the first 3 quarters, found themselves nursing a lead. It's a bad time to get the turnover bug here, Mike. I mean, that's twice now in the 4th quarter they've turned the ball over, and instead of being in prime position to close this game out, they're fighting for their lives.
And he's going to be out of bounds up at the 25-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's to Kincaid once again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Throwing again, it's Allen. Rolling right. He'll tuck it and take off. And he's going to be out of bounds down at the 30. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the 1st down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
He's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Here is 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Ray Davis. Touchdown, Bills.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now it's Allen. Out to his right, and they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes. This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Ready? Ready? Ready?
They'll go play action with Darnold. Going right sideline and complete. And he's in. Elijah Arroyo. Touchdown, Seattle. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease at which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Johnson now to return. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing now. Allen here on 1st down. That's over the middle to his tight end, Kincaid. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive. First and 10, and it's Allen. This pass right side taken in by Cook. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Allen now on 2nd down. He's got his tight end, Kincaid. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts. Stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They have 2 timeouts, but not much time. Down 2 scores as we get to 1st and 10.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. He's got it at about the 8. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. The Bills going to use their final timeout here. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. Here we go. First and goal.
56, 56. Middle.
From the gun. Throw here for Allen. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. The clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Inside the 5, it is second and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Well, it's no secret to anybody who follows this league. This is one of the elite playmakers in the entire NFL. So he put one high, thinking his guy would go up there and get it. We've seen him do it so many times before, but just puts it.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2. One more time going up top with Allen. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but their execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away. And he'll be taken down. No timeouts left for the defense. That should do it. Pistol snap back to Darnold. Jig the left side, he's got it. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there, not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. That's seemingly pretty silly with 1 second left in the game. Here we go. One final play. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So, it's a win here for the Seahawks. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Seahawks. As we say, so long from Seattle.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Coming up, a highly anticipated contest between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. Return coming from the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Shuck working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
3rd down, they need 7. Throw here, 3rd down. And he caught by his back, Kamara. And they are on him short of that first down. They responded quickly to that throw. That brings up 4th down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
He'll go quickly to the right. He's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. So they go for it on 4th, partner, and they get it in a big way, 25 yards.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
It's his running back. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. To throw again here, it's Shuck. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So his first blemish, Brock, after that perfect 4-for-4 start. And wouldn't expect one incompletion, though, to stop him from leaning on him this opening drive.
No, I don't think so. And I think more than anything, you see the defense kind of ball can hit the ground on this side.
Ready up.
They'll try something else from the 27 this time. 2nd and 10.
Set. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cup.
They run it from the gun with Kamara. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
3rd down, here's Shuck. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Now we'll have a field goal try coming up for the Saints. Ball on the right hash, the distance 43 yards. Smith able to put it through. And they get 3 on their first series. Hope to build on that in the drives ahead.
Just kind of a confidence builder. That offense drives it down. Special teams does their job. And now the defense going to take the field with the lead.
Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort. Seahawks just about set. Here's 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Darnold now to throw. Caught. Cooper Kupp makes the play. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They start out with a 3rd and 6. They'll throw, 3rd and long. And in the hands of his running back, Walker. Through the 45. And he works this down to the 41. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
I think one of my favorite adjectives, I don't know why, it just sounds good off the lips, is shred. Shredding paper. Shredding the slopes. Or dude shredding a defense just like that.
1st and 10, Darnold. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Cooper Kupp, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. And again, it's Darnold. And he's going to go down. Great work by the Saints. Offense to the line fast. Third and long. Here's Darnold. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll try to throw. It's Darnold. And they got home. Sent him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this one never had a chance. Between the pressure right there in his face and the coverage downfield, quarterback still should have at least thrown it up there and given somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Goes right downfield to Olave. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cougar 19. Check go.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Now, not much scoring to this point as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Saints holding the lead inside of the Superdome. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go, set.
Throwing, Chuck. Screen here for Kamara. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep them short of the sticks.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Let's go now. Go.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Forced out to his right. He's making a bid for it. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. But he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
Guessing everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure wanted a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on 2nd and goal.
Cowboy 80.
Shock with a quick toss out wide. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints will add to their lead at the end of the half. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints make it a 10-point ball game. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback. A little less than 30 seconds to go as they begin this drive. Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. That's a catch. Jackson Smith and Jigba. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 1st and 10 now from the 46. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Dump off caught by his back. They're on him as he gets it up to the 47. Sent to the ground by Pete Werner. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. 8 yards to go, and let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. It's sack number 4 in the game for him. This one makes it 3rd down. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Smith has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And his choice to leave that end zone going to cost him a chunk here. He's out shy of that 25-yard line. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Moving quickly, trying to get set. This is Walker on 2nd. Looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Julian Blackman.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Will this drive continue? Here comes 3rd down. Staying with Walker. And he's going to be stopped well shy of that first down marker. Call it a yard. That means fourth down coming up. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. A pistol snap. Darnold. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs. New Orleans has the offense set. All right, Brock, here's 1st and 10. Running behind center with Camara. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. 2nd down.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down.
Back to 60. Back to 60. Cougar 19. Ready.
Now Shuck to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
3rd and just 2 to go.
60 by Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Escapes the pocket. To the outside and complete to Olave. And he will not get them to that marker. Heck, all he can do is get back to the line. 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Trying for it with Shuck. This finds its target. That's Hill. He's not going to get there. They hold him out of the end zone, partner, but it is still going to keep this offense on the field. They've got a 1st and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They go heavy on this 1st and goal. 3 tight ends in the formation.
Ready. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Shuck running the sneak. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Saints push their lead further to start the half. The fact that they pulled that out on a 1st and goal, Brock, didn't wait for a later down. Gotta imagine that played a part in its success, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. It sure did, and I would have loved to seen those eyes in the huddle, right? When you call QB sneak and you look at those guys in the huddle, and the big guys in particular, many times they will tell you with their body language, we're ready to go, and that group certainly was.
His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. Smith has it on the tee, and it's ready to send it flying. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Seattle getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He finds Smith and Jigba right side. And he's going to be brought down right at the 35. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. All set to go now from the 35. Going on 1st. Here's Darnold. Completed over the middle. And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. All right, they look set now. Here we go, 1st and 10. Design bootleg here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it.
Here we go.
Offense in the hurry up here. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Darnold now to throw. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's not going to be able to add anything to that catch. So give him progress across midfield there to the opposing 46. Throwing is Darnold on third down. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith and Jigba. And the stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. Working quickly here. From the red zone on first. And this is going to fall incomplete in the end zone. Wanted it all right there. Now we've got to regroup for second down. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react. And then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks get it back to within 2 possessions. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
And no problem for the Saints. They cover it up. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just one remaining this game. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves, go!
That throw behind his intended target.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Here we go. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cougar 19. Ready?
Third down, here's Shuck. That's complete to Kamara on the check down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints holding a 10-point lead. Now we'll have a field goal try coming up for the Saints. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. That's going to catch the crossbar and be sent backwards. No good. And their lead holds steady at 10.
Kid, any way you look at it, any script you were going to write for a comeback, it started with the field goal. They had to have that right there, and they don't. So you can rip up that script. Not sure there's enough time remaining to find a way to win.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Darnold looking to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's sent out right after he makes that catch at the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. No timeouts and down 2 scores. They've got to find points quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Darnold. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. That's Julian Blackman. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Saints to the line now. 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They stay on the ground with Kamara. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful.
Shut up. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Another run for Kamara. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
So fans starting to stream from the Superdome to the French Quarter as it's a win for the Saints. They did their part, Brock, defending the home field, using that advantage to secure the victory. We know home field advantage is a real thing. And the crowd, they did their part too, adding to just an awesome atmosphere, helping energize those players at big moments of today's ball game.
Yeah, it is super fun to win on the road. I'm not going to lie, to quiet the crowd. But you know what's even better? When you get to celebrate with your family, your friends, your hometown people, your community, and you know, more importantly, they played a role as that extra voice in that building, man. It is a rewarding feeling.